So don't let those bad reviews or bad star ratings get you frustrated. I'm like pot calling the kettle black. Welcome back, rookies. So glad you're back with me again. Surprise, it hasn't been a total month since my last video posting. So yay, I'm making progress on posting more frequently, hopefully. So today I am doing the what sold for December, and I will go over every number, every sale, every detail of my month. December was, you know, challenging for all of us resellers. I went in with the mentality that in December, people are focused on Christmas and probably buying new things versus the secondhand market. So I decided to go in to December with an attitude of just deals and sales and realistic expectations of what my month was going to be like. So this being my first Christmas season in reselling since I just started in March of 22, I didn't know what to expect. So when December hit, I decided to go ahead and drop everything in my closet by 10%, drop all the prices of every item in my closet by 10%. And on top of that, I was sending out 30% off offers to likers. And that really jump-started my month. Just went in with a real aggressive approach to making sales. So I started the beginning of December to do that. And then further into the month, let's see what I offered. I did do a free shipping, which was really interesting. I waited till the week of Christmas to offer that, just in case people were hoping to get some things in time for Christmas, and offered free shipping. So that would motivate them hopefully to go ahead and pull the trigger on that. And my other strategy for the month, name your own price, which I love doing. It ends up being very, very effective. I'm nervous doing that the first time because I wasn't sure if people were going to just be lowballing me. And if you would watch my previous video, it was that just worried that people were going to think that I was a fraud saying you name your own price, but then I'm coming back and counter offering. But I was very pleasantly surprised by the response that people were sending very generous offers, which I gladly accepted. I don't even think I counter offered any of those name your own price offers. They were just all good. So those three strategies, which was at the beginning of the month, dropping the price with everything in my closet by 10%, then sending out 30% off offers to likers, the name your own price sale, which I did for probably the middle of the month leading up to Christmas, and then ended the month by doing some free shipping, which surprisingly, I was sending a lot of offers out and not a single purchase from free shipping. I mean, I guess it's just because it was the week of Christmas and there just people weren't. People were probably, you know, having Christmas parties and family things, and nobody was really buying anything. So I was surprised. I figured, hey, I did raise my prices back up so that I could offer free shipping, which, you know, call it what you will. It's a mental mindset. People will pay more for an item that has free shipping than to pay less for an item that they charge for shipping. It's just how we are as people. So I had to raise the price back up again to be able to offer that free shipping so that I wasn't losing any money and going too far in the red. So those three things did help my month. It was slow going, and we ended the month by selling 41 items, which I was thrilled about. I was very surprised I was able to get that many sales in December. My last 2 months in November and October and September, they were all around 47 to 48 items that I sold each month. So to sell 41 in December, I was very pleased with. If interested, I listed 57 items in December. So that's a great buy through rate. Is that how you say that? Sell through. There we go. That's a great sell through rate. To list 57 items and to have sold 41 of those. That's amazing. My average sales price per item was $27.39. My total revenue for December was $1,123. And then my total profit for the month after Poshmark fees and cost of goods was $587.70. So if you've been following along my last few months, I profited $1,000 in September, which was amazing considering what I had done in previous months. It was nowhere near that. So I was very happy and was hoping, you know, that we'd stay at that $1,000 a month profit. That was a little overly optimistic on my part. Slowly from September, it's been going down, down, down. I have not hit that $1,000 mark again since September. Hopefully, if we get into tax season, people getting their returns back, that they'll be shopping again and we'll get back up there. So October and November were somewhere around $800 profit. So definitely December was a pretty low. It hadn't been that low since like some kind of close to August. August was like somewhere around 500. So pretty low, but considering it's December, I was still happy to be able to have made that much. So let's go into what I sold. I will go in with the numbers first. I'm just looking at my laptop here so I can go over these numbers with you. So my average cost of goods per item was $6.65. Usually I'm around $5.25, give or take, because I am still sourcing at my local Goodwill. So that cost of goods is a little bit higher. This month was higher because Goodwill prices are going way up, first of all. Second of all, I did some arbitrage outside of my local Goodwill on a couple of items, one of those being on Whatnot, and another, I believe, let's see what else I purchased outside. I think that mainly that was the only one. It's just, I think it's the rising costs of my local Goodwill that's driving my cost of goods up. So whether I like it or not, if my average cost of goods is not gonna keep going down, I'm going to have to be more strategic in either sourcing higher priced items, which I do want to do, or I'm going to have to end up at the bins more often so that my cost of goods are lower. So for now, it was a little higher than I had hoped for this month, but $6.65 per item average cost of good. My average sales price, again, was $27.39. My average profit per item was $14.33. So last month, I think it was around $20 that I was averaging profit. So because of December just being what it was and sales being lower and people not spending as much, definitely that average profit per item went significantly down. All right, so let's go into, since we've covered all those numbers. So I sold 41 items beginning December 1st. I started a month out selling a bundle, which I don't do too often, and January, not a single bundle, so that's interesting. But I sold a bundle of a loft linen blend button-down midi skirt and some Talbot's linen demi boot pants. I sold that bundle for $36, so that's basically $18 per item, with a profit of around $20 for that bundle. The next thing I sold was a pair of Ariat booties that I sold on Makari. So the bundle was sold on Poshmark. And I think I only made 2 sales in December on Makari. Makari is a very low performing platform. I'm sticking with it. I don't know. I think their shipping thing is kind of frustrating now because that went way up. If you are one who cross-lists on Makari, they have, they just don't have the agreement with the post office, the USPS, like Poshmark does. So their Makari, their shipping label is only up to a pound. It's like $7. And anything over a pound is like 13. I don't understand why there's such a huge jump, but it is what it is. And I don't know. I'm frustrated with Makari right now because it's low performing and shipping has just gone way up. And they have been tagging me, I guess, because initially I wasn't weighing everything and I was just kind of estimating whether it was a pound or 2 pounds and trying to save my buyers some money because, you know, from $7 to $13 shipping is just ridiculous. So they have cracked down and I got pinned on a couple of things I just didn't pay enough shipping for. So I am super conscious now of everything I'm selling on Makari to make sure that I'm covering that. And it stinks because if it's over a pound, it's 13 bucks, period. So that is what it is. I'm not happy with that right now, but my focus is going to be on Poshmark for now. And then I have started selling on eBay and I believe those shipping rates are extremely fair. So that's where I'm going to probably focus my energy going forward, is more on eBay and continually on Poshmark. So rant over. So I sold a pair of Ariat, first time sourcing Ariat, Sherpa lined suede ankle booties. They were women's. I bought them for $8.99. I sold them for $13. No, that was profit. I sold them for $22. Okay, I'll get this right in a second. I sold them for $26. They cost me $8.99. So I profited $13.16 off of those. Okay. The next thing I sold, so the Ariat I sold on December 2nd. My next sale was on December 4th. It was a pair of men's Olakai boat shoes. First time finding Olakai. I bought those for $8.99. I sold them for $34. So that's a good Bolo brand because they do so well. They do retail for quite a bit. So I think they hold up pretty well on the resale market. So I sold those for $34 and I profited $18.21. The next thing I sold on December 5th was a pair of Steve Madden sneaker booties that I actually sourced from the bins. So I made a sale from that bins haul, the shoe haul, if you watch my previous videos. The shoe haul, I sold a pair of those booties. I love selling Steve Madden. They always do really well. And I was surprised how quickly these sold. So I got those for $3.40 because my Goodwill outlet, I think it's like $1.69 a pound, and because their shoes are just heavier. They were like a platform booty. And I sold them for $30 and I profited $20.60. So we like that lower cost of goods. The next thing I sold on December 6th was this Anthropology button-down dress. That cost $6.74. And I sold it for $36 with a profit of $20.34. Next thing I sold on December 6th also. So December 6th was a good day. Okay, so I know this was the day that I dropped everything in my closet by 10% and then sent 30% off to likers. So that day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sales. So it was effective and you can see that by the activity in my closet that day for sure. So the next thing besides the Anthropology dress that I sold on December 6th was this pair of Zara high-rise mom fit jeans. And I bought those for $7.12 and sold them for $25. You know, if you watch me, watch my videos, I love Zara. I love picking up Zara. I love selling Zara. It does really well for me. It's one of my highest performing brands and I just find it often. So I profited $12.88 on those. The next thing I sold was a pair of Pedro Garcia glitter heels. I sit on these for a little while. Bought them for $7.99, sold them for $30, and I made a profit of $16.01 off of those. The next sale on December 6th was this pair of Free People Movement leggings. So I sourced these on Whatnot from someone on Whatnot. I don't remember who now, but they had 2 pairs of these. They were brand new with tags, and I bought them for $30 a piece. I took a little bit hit on these. I still profited, but it was not much. I sold them for $40. So they're brand new with tags, retail for $70. But my sale, just trying to get some forward motion, some activity in my closet, I dropped the price. So after fees and cost of goods, I profited 28 cents. So this is why I don't source on Whatnot. I just haven't gotten that many good deals. I don't know where everybody else does, but I do not. The next thing on December 6th, and the last thing on December 6th was another Anthropology piece. So for those of you who just don't do well selling Anthropology, I don't know, I still do. I will pick it up. But it was this pair of satin pants, Etoile. I don't know if you say that way or not. So I bought those for $8.49. I sold them for $20, and I profited $7.51. I would like to just take a moment. This lovely individual who bought these pants for $20, Anthropology, came back a month after having purchased them and left me a bad review, which is unfortunate. I only made $7.51 off of these pants, and she complained that she felt that they were too worn and that they'd been worn. I don't know. It was like this ridiculous review. If you followed me on Instagram, you saw it. It was just one of those weeks where I got complaints for absolutely no good reason. I think people were just unhappy after the holidays. I don't really know. The Christmas spirit was gone, and Karens, no offense to any Karens out there, I love y'all. But just those individuals that are just unhappy with themselves left negative reviews. So that's unfortunate. But moving on, because it makes no difference whatsoever on Poshmark, which I appreciate. Moving on. All right, the next thing I sold was on December 7th. It was this UGG hooded sweater zip up thing. I bought it at a garage sale for $5. Had been sitting that in my death pile forever. Finally listed it, and it sold so quickly. So I don't know why I sat on those things for so long. But I sold it for $50, and I made $35 off of that little hoodie. So that was awesome. Don't sleep on those death piles too long. There might be some good, valuable things there that you're missing out on. All right, so the next thing I sold was on December 8th. It was this pretty little thing, bodycon dress. This was given to me by my sister-in-law. It was new with tags. Another unfortunate situation. I sold it for $31. I made $23.08 on that dress. However, an oversight on my part, the buyer received it with a slight little tear in the sheer material. It's like kind of like a tulle. And so she did open a claim, and Poshmark ruled in her favor, which absolutely, it was damaged. I did not notice it. And even when I got it back, there was a hole on the back that I had just completely missed. So my bad, lost that sale. Didn't have anything to do with that dress. It's damaged, nothing that I could fix. So, bummer, didn't make anything there. Had to get that one back, and the customer got refunded. So the next thing was on December 9th. It was these Ralph Lauren high-waisted wool trousers. These were really cool. Bought them for $8.49, sold them for $18. Ooh, that was kind of low. And made $5.91 off of those. So I believe this customer came and just offered me that price, and as motivated as I was in December, that was probably one of those name your own price deals, and I accepted because I was still making money, and they'd been sitting in my closet for just a little while, a lot of activity, but no solid offers. So I went ahead and took that $18. So she got a great deal, and I still made money. So win-win. Next thing I sold on December 9th was these Steve by Steve Madden slingback sandals. I bought for $8.99, sold them for $23, and I made $10.54 off of those. The next thing I sold on December 11th was this Untuck It men's pullover sweater. I had bought for $7.29. First time finding Untuck It. I was really curious how that would do. It sat for a while. It was an outdated piece, I believe. Sold it for $21, made $7.79 off of that sweater. So next thing I sold on December 12th was a Reformation piece. So it's my first time finding Reformations. Very excited about that. It was a sheer button-up top, which was trending at the moment. The only problem with this one was it said it was a size extra large, but this thing was small. So I don't know if someone had shrank it or if it came that way. I can't imagine it fitting an extra large. It was more like an extra small or small, medium at the very most. But I purchased it for $3.74, sold it for $35, which is still great, and made $24.26. So hope to find more Reformation. I am not the lucky one to find Reformation too much at my Goodwill. That's the one and only other time. And the next thing I bought, it was this on December 13th, was a Bardot mini wrap dress, which, I mean, that brand seems to, it retails for a lot. Resale was decent. This one, maybe it was outdated, sat on it for a while. I had purchased it off Poshmark. I had purchased a bundle from a lady who was selling or clearing out quite a bit of things in her closet for pretty cheap. And this was one of the pieces. I sold it for $25 and made $12 off of it. So I did get a good deal when I purchased on Poshmark. I mean, that's how much I probably would have paid for it at the Goodwill. So yeah, I mean, decent. I was hoping it would go for a little bit more, but it's gone. The next thing on December 13th, I sold a Victoria's Secret demi bra. I had purchased it for $1.72, sold it for $14. So, you know, making those good deals, and made $7.61 off of the bra. The next thing was these BCBG Max Azria black dress pants. These, I believe, I'd been sitting on for quite some time. I had bought them for $4.79 back in the day when pants were $5 at Goodwill. Imagine that. Not anymore. I sold them for $16 and I profited $6.29 off those pants. Next, December 15th was Eileen Fisher washable crepe stretch pull-on pants. I purchased those for $3.97 and sold them for $19 and profited $9.51. Eileen is pretty decent for me. Not always a fast mover and not always for a whole lot. Some people do really well with Eileen Fisher. Me, kind of mid. The next thing was on December 18th. This one was an exciting find. First time finding Vuori. I know about Vuori. It's kind of comparable to Lululemon. They have pretty expensive active wear. And I found these women's pants for $8.49. So I was super excited. Sold those for $42 really quickly. And I profited $23.39 off of those. So yes, anytime you find Vuori, that is a great Bolo brand. Don't pass it by. It does move very quickly and for decent money. The next, I sold another bundle, and I was really excited about this bundle because it was all my Trina Turk dresses. If you watch my previous videos, Trina Turk is a brand that retails for a whole lot. I wasn't sure about resale. I just thought I'd give it a try. I'd found one Trina Turk dress a while back, and then I found two other that were later that were similar style, and went ahead and picked those up. And they sold in a bundle, so one person bought all three of them. They were all the same size, so that made sense. I sold the bundle for $90, so that's great. That's $30 a piece, so I was happy with that. Two of them cost me $7.50, and one of them cost me $8.99. So yeah, did great on that. So profited about $45, give or take, off of that. So yeah, decent. All right, the next thing I sold on December 19th was this Free People lace dress. I love Free People lace dresses. They are just so pretty and they do really well for me. I bought it for $8.99, sold it for $37, and my profit was $18.89 off of that. That is my second Free People lace dress that I've sold. I have a third one in my closet, which if you're a Swiftie fan, as my 16-year-old definitely is, she wore this dress, this one I have in my closet. I'll put it up on the screen just in case anybody's interested. She wore the same dress. It was just in a different color. So that was definitely put in my listing to motivate possible buyers. So anyways, love Free People. It does very well for me. Which is funny because one of my videos back in like September, I think, I was like, anyone sell Free People? Because for 6 months I've been reselling and not a single Free People sell in that entire time, and I had like 6 in my closet. Now, like, they just move. I don't know. It took it a while. Maybe Free People just made a comeback. I don't know. Some people do really well selling Free People. Some people don't. It took me a while, but now I am. So I'm going to keep picking it up. The sucker that I am. All right. So the next sale was December 19th. So I had picked up at my Goodwill these 2 dresses, one of them that sold this month and another one sold as well, but 2 of them were at my Goodwill, new with tags, brand I've never heard of, Jessica K. And they're very, I guess, kind of cottagecore type style. And they retail for a lot and they resell for really well. So I picked those both up. They were $11.99 a piece. This one I sold for $33, which is not as good as I would like, but I made $12.69 off of that. I sold the other one for a little bit more, I think, which will probably be in a future video. The next thing I sold on December 22nd was this, oh man, the Mew Mew Velvet Smoking Slippers. So if you're not familiar, Mew Mew is actually the granddaughter of Prada. So I purchased these slippers for $2.79. I sold them for $52, and these were damaged. Like, they had slits in the velvet in several places. So that's amazing to sell something like that. I think they're normally resell for well over $100. I did take that hit just because mine were damaged. They had some of the velvet was missing off the front, but they were really cool. You'll see in the picture, but along the heel were these huge rhinestones. So very, very cool. So look out for Mew Mew. It's M-I-U, M-I-U. It is the granddaughter of Prada, and it definitely has a following and great resale. So I profited $31.14 off of those. The next thing I sold on Christmas Eve, I couldn't believe it. It's a Madewell denim skirt. So I purchased that skirt for $5.29, sold it for $22, and profited $10.59. I have 2 Madewell denim skirts in my closet. Denim skirts just don't move very well right now, so the other one is still in my closet, but it's Madewell. I love Madewell. Yeah, I'm a sucker for Madewell. That is also the other best performing brand in my closet, so absolutely. Their shirts and maybe some of the dresses don't sell for as well or quickly, but you know, it's mainly the jeans and definitely the more updated styles. But yeah, I purchased it for $5.29, sold it for $22, made $10.59. I probably already said that. And believe it or not, I sold 3 things on Christmas Day. Who does that? Who's shopping on Christmas Day? I don't know. Maybe you're like, hey, it's Christmas. I'm going to buy myself stuff. I don't know. I'm not complaining. I just thought that was very interesting. I was very surprised to make sales on Christmas Day. So the first thing I sold on Christmas Day was this Fashion Nova dress. It cost me $3 from a garage sale that I picked up. It was new with tags. I sold it for $20, sat on it for a little while. I made $11.28. Fashion Nova is just not something I'm picking up, but because it cost me $3 at a garage sale and it was new with tags, I figured it was cute enough that it would do well. It just took a while to sell. Otherwise, I just leave Fashion Nova behind. The next thing I sold on Christmas Day was this pair of Nike Air Maxes, and these were really good. Retail was quite a bit. I don't even think they're in circulation anymore, but they were pretty high. Some resale was high, but I didn't sell them as much as I had wanted, or for as much as I wanted to, but I bought them for $8.99, sold them for $35. I think their value is somewhere probably between $50 and $60. But you know, those December sales, I just, you know, I offered good deals. So I profited $19.01 off of those Nikes. Then last thing I sold on Christmas Day was this pair of FootJoy leather Oxfords. These were men's. I bought for $3.40. These were also from the bins, and they were gorgeous. They were looked brand new, little bit of wear on the sole, very minimal. So FootJoy is a golfer's brand. These were not golf shoes. I have sold a pair of FootJoy golf shoes before. They do really well. And so these, I didn't sit on them for very long and still sold really well. I was actually going to keep these for my husband because we have a wedding coming up in April, and they were his size, and I thought they'd be perfect to wear with his black suit. And I told him to try them on, but I went ahead and listed them. He never tried them on, and they sold, so I was like, you missed out. Probably should have kept them. Might regret that later, but it is what it is. can't help but make those sell sometimes. I was curious. I just, you know, put it in the closet and maybe they'll sit there until April when the wedding and then we can still resell it, but it's sold. So FootJoy is definitely a good bolo brand to be on the lookout for. So I profited $29.40 off of those shoes. The next thing I sold was the day after Christmas, the 26th, was a pair of Chicos Zenergy. They were just a cropped activewear, loungewear pair of pants. I bought them for $4.29. I think those were probably like a half off sale on one of the Goodwill days, one of their color tags. So that's why it was $4.25, because stuff is not $4.25 at Goodwill anymore. I sold them for $25, which is great, and I profited $14.03 off of those. Chicos is another one of those brands I hesitate to pick up, but since these did so well, I found another pair in black, and then I went ahead and picked up. I haven't sold those yet, so I don't know. I think Chicos is hit or miss for a lot of us. So then the next pair the next thing I sold on December 27th was a pair of shorts. Someone was buying shorts in December. Surprising, but they were a pair of Levi's, very cute. Got them for $2. Assuming that was another half price deal. I don't really remember where I found these. I sold them for $17, so I gave a really good deal on a pair of Levi's shorts and profited $11.60. And the next thing, December 28th, was this Millie button-down shirt dress. Millie is one of those brands that retails for a whole lot and could sometimes resell. That was my first time picking it up, first time trying. I bought it for $6.74, sold it for $26, so nothing drastic. I think there's probably some more significant, you know, more substantial Millie pieces that probably could go for more. This one just wasn't it. But I profited $12.34. The next thing I sold on December 28th, so December 28th was a good day. We sold 3 things. Again, post-Christmas, I was really surprised. Was this 360 Cashmere Zip Up Hoodie. It was an extra small. That was another death pile item that I finally got listed, and it sold quickly. I bought it for $5.49. Sold it for $23 and profited $11.19. Cashmere is just one of those things, if it's in your title and, you know, using that keyword, it just does really well. Cashmere, even if I think it's not even brand specific sometimes, it's just cashmere is just something that is just sought after. So I have always done really well with my cashmere pieces. Sweaters just do really well. The next and last thing I sold on December 28th was this pair of Vince Chelsea boots. These were a pair of men's, and I picked them up at the bins. Again, I just put $3.40 because that was my average cost for that trip. I got nothing but shoes, so that tended to make my average cost of goods go up a little higher. But I was limited on my time that day, and I just figured shoes was just kind of the quickest thing. You know, you can pick up a pair of shoes, you can see the brand, see the, you know, the condition that it's in, and know pretty quickly if it's a good pickup. So Vince is a great brand. I do pretty well when I do pick up Vince. They sold for $40. So yeah, I had to do a lot of cleaning on these because they were suede and they had some like grease stains. So I do have like a suede eraser, and I applied so many things that were safe for suede, and the stains did end up coming out. So just because they have some stains, if it's a low cost of good, it's worth trying, and just do some research on how to get those stains out. But it's like baking soda and the eraser, and I can't remember. I was trying all kinds of things. Eventually, I think alcohol is safe on suede. I don't remember if I actually used alcohol. I think I was a little scared about that one, but I just used a lot of baking soda. And I'll have a spray that I gotten from like the Vans store to treat different type of fabrics. So suede was one of them that we had, suede and nubuck. And so I used that several times. So it did take many times treating it, but eventually the stains did lift and they sold. So absolutely, bought them for $3.40 and sold them for $40 and profited $26.88. So absolutely. All right, on New Year's Eve, we made some sales, and we made 5 sales on New Year's Eve. So go figure. I mean, you just never know when people are shopping. So the first thing I sold on New Year's Eve was another Eileen Fisher piece. This was a cardigan, which I think they just do really well. Typically, it depends on the material, but this being a wool cardigan, I bought it for $8.99, sold it for $27. I feel like Eileen could probably go for a lot more than that. Again, you know, those aggressive discounts that I was offering to help make sales push that to that point. So they got a great deal on that Eileen cardigan. But I made $12.61 off that. The next thing was this Free People V-neck cold shoulder tee. I believe I picked this up at Uptown Cheapskate, I think. They were having like a sale bin and I picked it up for $3, sold it for $8. Not very much. I sat on it a long time. It's just outdated. And then I profited $2.05. And let's see here. The next thing on December 31st was Astor the Label Romper. I bought for $8.99. It was my first time picking up Astor, A-S-T-R. And it was a romper. It was long sleeve shorts. Sold it for $28 and profited $11.69 off of that. The next was this pair of Nike Zoom Structure shoes. I bought for $5.99. I sold them for $12, so I gave them a very, very good deal. And you know what? I think this was another one of those disgruntled customers who complained. I don't even remember why. Oh, this is the one. She gave me like, I think the other lady gave me 1 star because the pants were just overworn or something. And this person gave me 3-star rating, no comment. And the reason was other. I have no idea. Like, they were a pair of Nikes for $12 that were in great condition. I want to assume that she meant to hit 5, hit 3, I don't know. That was one of those frustrating things. Like, why? Well, you give me 3-star rating and then you don't even give me a reason why? Just other? What does that mean? I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't hurt my Poshmark closet whatsoever. So don't let those bad reviews or bad star ratings get you frustrated. I'm like, pot calling the kettle black. They just, on Poshmark, mean nothing. It does not show up. It does not affect. I mean, if you have like endless 3-star ratings, obviously you need to probably be in a different business. And yeah, it'll eventually affect your closet. But, you know, every once in a blue moon to get one, it means absolutely nothing. So shake it off, as Taylor Swift says. I don't know why I'm making all these Taylor Swift references. Oh my goodness, my 16-year-old, she's full Taylor Swift mode right now. All the excitement, Taylor Swift things. Anyways, shake off those bad reviews. They do nothing, absolutely nothing. And my last and final sale in December was this pair of Steve Madden Mule Flats. I bought for $3.99, sold them for $16, and made a profit of $7.09. So all in all, December was a challenging month, but I was aggressive. I went after it with my expectations really low for the month. Ended it, you know, happy that I sold 41 things from my closet and happy that I still made some money. Obviously not as much as I would like, but it is what it is. It's the nature of this business. January is like where we are right now. I've sold, January is looking worse than December, if you can believe that. I mean, I realize, you know, times are tough right now. Eggs cost too much and life costs too much. And people are pulling back on spending, and dadgum the Poshmark. Ugh, it's such a challenge. These live shows, I don't know. I don't want to hate on live shows if that is what is bringing you, you know, the sales that you need. Good for you. That's not what I'm at right now. And I just don't know if it's affecting us regular sellers. I don't know. Lots of changes happening, and I'm just going to keep at it. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing and hope that as we get into the spring, that sales come back up again. But at this point, I have sold 29 items in January, which, you know, it being only a few days left of the month, it's discouraging. But I'm still profiting around $500, I think, right now. So I want to focus on just being positive and grateful for this job that I get to do. It's so fun. It's part-time. I get to shop for a living. I mean, who doesn't love that? I get to be a part-time treasure hunter, and I love that. And it just gives me something to keep my mind sharp and keep my creative juices flowing. And it gives me some play money. So I'm grateful for that. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. I try to keep these videos short, but when it comes to my sales, it's just a lot. It's a lot of numbers, but I hope that you enjoyed this video today. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it so much. And if you enjoy my content and what I'm bringing and you want to follow along, I would so appreciate a subscribe. That way you can join my family, this rookie family, and let us learn and grow together and share our wins and sometimes those losses. But until the next time, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you with the next video, which will be my 2022 recap. I feel like it's really interesting because, you know, you only get your first year once, and this is my first year reselling, and I learned and grown so much, and it started out as something just to have something to do, to make a little extra money, to just being my like passion and my dream job. So it'll be fun to just go over each month and so you can see exactly what it's like reselling your first year. And it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. And I will hope to have that up by next week. So thanks again for watching, rookies, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.